In this lecture, I will be doing discussion on the fast Fourier transformation. Fast Fourier transformation is basically a faster way to do the calculation of the DFT. For the calculation of the DFT, we need 4-point samples or we need 8-point samples. We can do the DFT of 4-point or 8-point or IDFT of 4-point or 8-point samples, and the fast Fourier transformation is actually the faster way to calculate the DFT. So we have an example over here, like we have a 4-point sample and we need to calculate its DFT by using FFT method. So this is basically the answer which we have usually calculated using by following the DFT method, and we have to verify that when we apply FFT on these samples, this answer arrives or not. So we are being given this xn 4-point samples and we need to calculate the FFT with the help of butterfly method. In this butterfly method we have 4 lines for 4-point samples, and we have this sample for 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this is at the 0 time, this is at the 1 time, this is at the 2 time, and this is at the 3 time. So we put the sample x0, x1, x2, x3 like that over here, and we put dots over here, and we have twiddle factor 0, twiddle factor 2, twiddle factor 0, twiddle factor 2 values over here, and we have twiddle factor 0, twiddle factor 1, twiddle factor 2 and twiddle factor 3 values. We put these values from the table, and where is the table? This is the table from where we put the values of the twiddle factor in our case. And once we put the twiddle factor values, we can afterwards put crosses over here, small crosses over here, and then big crosses over here with gapped lines and small crosses with nearby lines. Now we have to move from left to right, and here we will get our required values of FFT. So this value moves 1, and the twaddle factor 0 value is 1, which will be multiplied by the bottom value 3, and then it will be added into the 1, and we have 1 plus 3 is equal to 4, and then we have this value moving over here and twaddle factor value 1, and this is coming from here. 6 multiplied by 1 will be adding to 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. So this is the first value. Similarly, we have the second, third and the fourth values, and every time you remember that the value from the bottom arrow, because this point is having values coming from top arrow and the bottom arrow, all the bottom arrow values will be multiplied with this twaddle factor, while the upper arrow values will remain the same, and then these two values are summed with each other. Like over here we have the upper arrow, we have the bottom arrow. The upper arrow value will be the same, it is the 4, while the bottom arrow value will be the 6, will multiply by this minus 1 to get our desired values. So we are getting these values 10, minus 2 plus 2j, minus 2 and minus 2 minus 2j, and these are the same values which we get from the normal DFT method by following its DFT formula. So we can say that this FFT by using the butterfly method has given us the correct values. Now we have to calculate the IDFT or IFFT by using this butterfly method. As if we do the IDFT, then it is like by this formula, but by the IFFT we follow the same butterfly method, in which uh, we have to calculate the 4-point values which we have calculated in the frequency domain, and we have to calculate the time domain values. So how we will be doing the same? we will be doing the same. We are just drawing the 4 lines and putting these values. This is at the 0 duration or 0 frequency, and 1 frequency, 2 frequency, and 3 frequency. So we are putting that 0, 1, 2, 3 values over here from there, and then we have put the points W0, W2, W0, W2, and W0, 1, 2, 3. Now here, once when you are putting values from this table, you have to remember that if you are putting the, in case of IFFT, these two idle factor values, then their even values will be the same, while their odd values will come with a negative sign. So you can see that 1 and 2, they are coming with some, uh, you can see over here 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can see over here, that we have uh, W1, W0, W1, W2, W3. Then we have W0 will be the same sign value from the table. W1 was actually minus j, but we will be changing its sign. And then W2 will be the same sign and same value, and the W3 was actually j, but we have put over here minus j. So the only difference between calculating FFT with butterfly method and IFFT with butterfly method, the one out of the two differences is that we have, when we put the twiddle factor odd values, then their sign will be opposite. From, we will be multiplying it with -1 and we are also multiplying over here the multipliers of 1 by 4. The rest of the procedure is the same as we have done with the FFT, just the values coming over here, the below value is multiplying with the twiddle factor, and we are doing their summation, and then at the end we are multiplying it 1 by 4 to get our IFFT. So this is a faster way by we can calculate IDFT. This is said as IFFT, and it is with the help of the butterfly diagram. Thank you very much.